Hi, I am Dwight Busalaki with Mio Products, and today I'm going to demonstrate how to set up the EvroStroj bottle filler. I've received many questions from customers about various things, and I thought I would do a video regarding this to show how to set this filler up properly. The first thing I do is hook up the compressor line and make sure that the pressure is at a minimum of 5 bars of pressure. This gives you 75 pounds of pressure at the nozzles, and I believe that that's probably enough to activate the nozzle to make sure they seat on the bottle properly. I've already set up the alignment of the filling tray in an XY position, so all the nozzles are adjusted with the bottles up against each other. I then came along and I set the height of the filler stop, the seal. So I have a 2-inch cork here, and I set it for another 1/4 inch for the air gap between the top of the wine and the bottom of the cork. So I've set up these first 5 nozzles, and I want to set up the last one to show you what I've done. One of the things I recommend is make sure that the nozzle stem is clean. It does not have any soak and spray on it, because it acts like a bearing, and the filler stop will slide up the nozzle after a while. So what I've done is I measured up 2 1/4 inches from the top of the O-ring to the bottom of the seal, which comes to 5 inches to the top of the seal right here from the tray, so the bar. So that's about the proper height. Now, tightening the screw, make sure that it's really tight, but there's an indication when it's tight. So right now it's snubbed up, and you hear the creaking sound, and that means that it's about tight enough. Now, the next thing is the stop on the filler. The longer filler nozzles allow you to fill bottles that are much shorter and much taller, because we have a longer slide bar for the nozzles to slide on. So with this being said, normally on the older fillers we would try to set up a minimum gap between the bottom of the nozzle to the top of the bottle to make sure it's seated correctly. But with these longer nozzles and the longer cylinder on the machine, that is not necessary. So what I recommend, to make sure that you always have the bottles fill up correctly and that you use a minimum amount of pressure, is to drop the bar all the way down. So I have a bottle here that I'm going to be filling, and I take the nozzle and I lift it up, and you can see that there's about a 2-inch difference between the top of the bottle and the bottom of the seal, with the nozzles extended all the way down. That means I could drop the tray down 2 to 3 notches. So lifting it up. So I brought the tray down, and let's test it again. As you can see, the rubber stop is below the top of the bottle. When I lift it up, it's still below the top of the bottle. That's the optimum height for adjusting the tray, so there's not so much stress on the nozzles of the bottles. The other thing I want to talk about is that you should lubricate the slides here with food safe grease. I use food grease soak and spray on a paper towel and just wipe it and then run up and down. But as you can see on the cylinder here, there are a set of air bleed screws. There's one for the top and one for the bottom. And what I like to do is adjust them. They're adjusted at the factory, but sometimes they're not adjusted well enough for your air pressure. So without any bottles underneath, what I like to do is run this up and down. It should go up and down very easily, and not with a large bang when it goes to the bottom. So this way here, there's just enough pressure, back pressure in the cylinder to not have a violent action on the nozzles. So